According to this paper, the current multi-channel television environment in India is characterized by fierce competition for viewers, which has caused a noticeable shift in news content, with more and more of it taking on infotainment like qualities. The authors contained that the television's informational role has been undermined in this atmosphere of market driven journalism, particularly in the light of the significant percentage of the population that is illiterate. The study also emphasizes how the commercialization of television news is undermining conventional ideas of an educated and democratic society in India and contributes to the decline of the public domain. So, concerns are raised over the influence on the democratic discourse in the largest democracy in the world due to the dominance of market forces in determining the priorities and content of television news. Now, I'll talk about some case studies. First, I'll talk about Kathua rape case. So, in January 2018, a horrific kidnapping, gang rape, and murder of 8-year-old Asifa Banu took place in the Razana hamlet near Kathua, Jammu and Kashmir, India. This is the central story of the Kathua rape case. Due to its horrific nature, this case attracted a lot of national and worldwide attention, sparking discussions and protests about justice, communalism, and media ethics. So, the key incidents, if I list as it is, like abduction and tragic end. A week post after Asifa Banu, a member of the nomadic Bakarwal community, vanished from the site and her dead body was found in a kilometer away from the Razana settlement. The country was devastated by the incident. Then charges and arrests. The case was quickly charged and 8 men, including a minor, were taken to custody. The trial started on April 16, 2018 in Kathua. Then public outcry. When charges were pressed in April 2018, the case became well known across the country and led to protests by a number of groups, including the Panthers Party. Nationwide, people demanded that the victim received justice. So the legal verdict was given. 6 of the 7 suspects were found guilty on June 10, 2019, with 3 of them receiving life sentences and the other 3 receiving 5-year sentences. One of the accused got an acquittal, though the legal complications of the case continued. The court's decision did provide some closure. Then the controversies and other ethical concerns started emerging. So, the sensationalism in media, concerns over ethics hampered the media's coverage of the Kathua rape case, with some outlets being accused of sensationalism, unfairness, and communal implications. This sparked controversy on the media's responsibility to handle delicate matters and its possible influence on public opinion. Then, the impact on fair trial. So, debates started gaining ground over their impact on a fair trial, where sparked by ethical concerns in media reporting. It was difficult to pursue justice because of the environment of mistrust created by the narratives and communal aspects present in some media reports. So, FIR against Special Investigation Team SIT. So, this issue became even more complicated when the court in October 2019 ordered the filing of a formal complaint FIR against 6 members of the Special Investigation Team SIT for allegedly torturing and pressurizing witness to make false statements. So, there I can conclude that the Kathua rape case is a tragic chapter in India's judicial history that highlights the media's ethical issues or concerns as well as shortcomings in the legal system. This case study explores the relationship between justice, media power, and social unrest, which led to a critical analysis of the larger ethical concerns of journalism during sensitive legal proceedings being reported in any of the media platforms. Now, I'll take another case, the case of the death of Sushant Singh Rajput. So, on June 14, 2020, Bollywood actor Sushant Singh Rajput passed away, shocking people all over the country. Officially determined to be a hanging suicide case, this incident set off a number of discussions that included mental health, professional rivalry, and media ethics. This case study covers the court fights, the investigation, and the broader influence on public opinion regarding the complex situation of Sushant Singh Rajput's death. So, the key details, if I narrate it like this, first is the tragic incident when Sushant Singh Rajput was discovered dead in his Bandra home. His death was declared a suicide. According to reports, in the days before his death, he had been searching about mental illness, self news, and Disha Silent online. So, the investigation dynamics, the Mumbai police began an investigation, taking into account a number of issues, including the possible relevance of professional rivalries in the film industry. Although medication for depression and medical records were allegedly discovered at Rajput's house, initial connections to Disha Salien's death were ultimately debunked. So the legal battle started. Actress Riya Chakravarti and others were the target of a judicial battle after Rajput's father filed a formal complaint against them, claiming a number of offenses. A prolonged legal battle was started when Riya Chakravarti denied any involvement and requested that the investigation be removed to Mumbai. Then, talking about media frenzy, the case attracted a lot of media attention as well as curiosity among the public and social media engagement. The story became more in depth and covering issues such as mental health, nepotism in the film industry, and the responsibility of the press or the media to report on highly sensitive topics. So, there are multiple agencies involved. The Central Bureau of Inquiry (CBI) and the Narcotics Control Bureau (NCB) were among the many authorities that were involved in the inquiry when it took unexpected twists. The forensic report finally confirmed suicide as the cause of death, rejecting hoax allegations. So, the public impact and aftermath of this incident, I would say that the public reactions to this matter included calls for a CBI investigation, talks about nepotism, and concerns about media ethics. The burial of Rajput and the immersion of his ashes became significant events that drew attention from a number of sources. Now, if we look at the database on mental health and nepotism, discussions about mental health and nepotism in the film industry and the delicate relationship between media coverage and high profile cases have all been influenced by what followed next. So, the conclusion I might draw that the death of Sushant Singh Rajput went beyond its original story and into a complex discussion about mental health, media ethics, and the workings of the entertainment industry. This case study sheds light on the details surrounding widely reported situations and shows how they have the power to influence public opinion and conversations, sometimes legal system as well, about important issues in our society. Third case I'll talk about TRP scam. Anup Goswami's alleged manipulation and political nexus. So, a 500-page document reportedly regarding conversations between Republic TV's well known face Anup Goswami and the former CEO of the Broadcast Audience Research Council BARC, Partho Dasgupta, has emerged on social media in an astonishing disclosure. The leaked conversations exposed a complicated system of alleged manipulation, highlighting Goswami's strong relationships to members of the ruling government and the Prime Minister's office, PMO, as well as his attempt to sway television rating points in his favor. So, what are the key allegations in this case? The first allegation was the close association to the Prime Minister's office, PMO. The intercepted communications point to a close working relationship between Anup Goswami and the PMO, with top level officials promising support for TRPs. In this TRP manipulation case, Anup Goswami was allegedly involved in schemes to influence TRPs in Republic TV's favor, such as talks about jamming the NBA and requesting support from the BJP administration. Second point, influence on try reforms. So the conversations make it clear that talks of influencing the proposed digital TV audience measurement plan by the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, TRAI, allegedly Anup Goswami and Dasgupta counsels to undermine TRAI reforms by using his connections with the ruling party leaders, fearing possible political repercussions for the BJP and Republic channel. So, now talking about the highlights of this communication are as follows. First, classified Burke letter. So, Dasgupta is suspected of sending Goswami a secret Burke letter that suggested intervention with the News Broadcasters Association and possible talks with the Prime Minister's office about this issue. Then, that is TRAI reforms. The message addressed the political ramifications of the proposed changes, suggesting that Goswami's clout be used to thwart the installation of automated digital measurement software, which would replace the manual system and purportedly tainted household meter installations. Then the legal proceedings. So, on the same day that the Bombay High Court postponed the TRP scam case hearing to January 29, the alleged WhatsApp conversation also surfaced. The Mumbai police declared that Arnab Goswami will not be taken to custody until the following hearing, in spite of the shocking disclosures, has been held. So, to conclude, I must say that a tricky scenario involving media manipulation, political influence, and possible regulatory intervention is presented by all these three different cases which I have talked about, and all this case study raises concerns regarding the validity of TRP measures and the influence of prominent media figures on public opinion while offering an insight into the complex relationships between politics, the media, and regulatory frameworks, while the legal procedures are still ongoing. So, the ethical challenges in online journalism, especially in a diverse and dynamic democracy like India, highlight the tension between speed, sensationalism, and responsible reporting. As digital media platforms continue to shape public discourse, it becomes increasingly important for journalists to uphold the core values of journalism, which is accuracy, accountability, impartiality, etc. So, navigating these ethical dilemmas is essential not only for maintaining public trust but also for safeguarding the role of journalism in a democratic society. Thank you very much.